Okay, here we are at Lake Champlain. I have just won the Tackle Warehouse Bassmaster Elite Series by 1 ounce. And so every single fish that I weighed in this week was important, even the smaller fish that I caught a couple of days. Started out in practice thinking I was going to do smallmouth like I normally do. Quickly figured out that that was not going to be something I could make work. I was consistently catching 17 or 18 pounds, and that here usually does not do very well. So I looked for a few largemouth, and I found a couple way down lake. So during the tournament, I ended up going down there all 4 days, and the second and third day I actually had the biggest bag of the day and had big fish one day. So a lot of largemouth down where I was, but I beat them up really, really bad, especially yesterday. And today I went down there and I had a grand total of 1 largemouth bite today. So I had to scramble around and hit some smallmouth areas, and that ended up saving the day, fortunately, just by, again, 1 ounce. During the tournament, I caught a few fish on chatterbait the first day or two, but then that bite shut off. I was using a 3/8 ounce and a 1/2 ounce green pumpkin jackhammer with a Missile Baits goby bite spunk shad on the back of it. It's just a perch imitation. They eat a lot of perch up here, so that's what I was using. What I traditionally use up here is a bait like that. As well, once they got off of that chatterbait bite, I felt like there were more fish there. I could see them swimming around with my live scope even in the shallower water, and so I ended up taking out a jig that I've been catching fish on. I was catching fish on the 1/2 ounce and 3/8 mini flip from Missile Baits, but I quickly lost every single one I had in the chunk rock. It was really bad with the zebra mussels where I was fishing, and I had to stay way back off the stuff, I felt, to get the bites. So my line was very flat, and that would just get wedged in the rocks. I couldn't get in there to get vertical at all because it was only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet deep. After I lost all my mini flips and crawfathers, I ended up just using a little homemade jig and a Missile Baits Chunky D on the back. I had to cut down the Chunky D a little to make it a little more slim in profile. The fish up here, I don't know, up north I just seem to do much better with small baits. I don't know why that is, but it's been consistent over the years. So those 2 baits, the chatterbait and the jig, really caught the vast majority of my fish. Although today I did manage to weigh in 3 fish on the Spro walking haint. I've been a spook fisherman for a very long time, and this walking haint, you know, I'm sponsored by Spro, so I got one, and I've used it this week. It's real loud. It's got a single knocker, which I like. Gamakatsu hook, so you can't go wrong there. So I think it's about 10 bucks, so it's a good value. But I used that this week, and it really is a very good spook. And I ended up, I think, weighing 4 fish, 1 the first day and then 3 today. So it really kind of bailed me out today. So if you're interested in looking at a new spook, that's one that you might pick up. It's a relatively new bait out from Spro. So that's kind of everything that I did this week and how I ended up with this trophy, and maybe something there helps you in your fishing.